Okay, so here we go. You can see we have different instruments today. Are you speaking about viola or am I? Okay.
Sure. So violas are slightly bigger, right? It's a terrible joke. The difference between a violin and viola.
Oh, so many jokes about violas.
Violas burn longer. But they, yeah, in general, bigger, more space, deeper. But and think the alto voice. If a violin is a soprano voice, then your violas are your alto voice. Strings, interestingly enough, are the top three strings. Come on in. Violin is from the low string to the high string is a G, D, A, and E. Well, here's my G, D, and A, but instead of having a high E, I have a low C string. So it's just kind of the next register down from that treble voice, right? And also the music is different. We have, so a treble clef is designated in that way because the second line up is a G. We're sometimes called a G clef when we draw that comes circles right around the G, right? Viola actually reads what's called an alto clef. And so if you are familiar with the treble clef, middle C is down at the bottom, correct? It's the first ledger line there. Well, on alto clef, that middle C is our middle line. So if you can picture those again, you can read me if you're at least familiar. So if your treble clef and your bass clef, and middle C is right there. Well, now the alto clef is that space in between the two clefs. So we're not just playing a different instrument with different strings. We're also reading different notes. So we joke about, we forget what clef it is sometimes. We're just in the middle of playing, all of a sudden, oh wait, no,
yeah, it will be me at some point.
So
maybe more than once.
But yeah, so in general, lower, deeper sounds. The alto voice having a lot of harmonies in an orchestra. So, and from the orchestra, you have a first and second violin section, and then a viola section, and then the cello section. Okay.
And the cello.
Yes. And honestly, the cello is the same strings as the viola, an octave lower.
So
kind of. Yeah. So,
Right. Okay. Viola. So we're playing viola today, and I love playing viola. The clef notwithstanding, it's just a really fun, different instrument. It makes my sinus rattle, and I like it very much. That C string, it's just wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling. So last month, if you recall, we talked about suites, orchestral suites, how they have an overture, and then are followed by dance movements. The movements of Bach, Courant, Allemande, Sarabande. So we thought about that, and we thought we should make our own suite. So full disclosure, it's a little unconventional, right? It's not quite the same as a French or German suite, but we hope you like it anyway. We have, to start, an overture, sort of, and that is, we think it is, that is one of our beloved canonic sonatas from George Philip Telemann. The canonic meaning it's a round. I start and then she follows, and she's playing exactly the same thing. So it's a lot of fun to play. Telemann, just to refresh our memory, George Philip Telemann was born in 1681 and died in 1767. He was alive and composing at exactly the same time as J.S. Bach, and he was even more popular at the time. So this is from his...
Never heard of him.
George Philip Telemann?
Never heard of him.
Well, you're going to hear him today. This is from his fifth canonic sonata. And as I said, one instrument starts, the next follows, and we're playing the same thing. So we're supposed to be. And this is our overture. Ready?
nice you want to dance.
No, yeah, so good. Glad to hear that. And what do I always say about that? I wish I had written that. Always do. All right. So off we go with our own dance suite. We're going to start. I need a different piece of music. With a saraband. Our saraband that we have today was composed by Carl Bohm. There's no umlaut there, so Bohm. Bohm. So, also known for some reason as Henry Cooper. I'm not sure why. I'm not kidding. Maybe the internet was not being truthful with me, but I looked it up and I didn't actually find why he was called Henry Cooper, but perhaps he moved to America and like Henry Cooper. I'm not sure. But he was a German pianist and composer, and he lived from 1844 to 1920. And he took this theme and composed a piece called Saraband. Now, a saraband is an interesting dance, a Baroque dance movement. It's in triple meter, so it's in 3, with the emphasis on the second beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, in French and German suites, it was a core part of the suite. An Allemand, Courant, Saraband, and Gigue. And it's a core part of our suite, too, the passive suite. Right? Interestingly, yes, the Zarabanda was first known as a wild and fast, I'm quoting this, wild and fast erotic dance in Spain. Not Pope approved at all. And this was in the 16th century, so it's very long ago. And it was banned in Spain, actually, in 1583. But it survived, obviously, and migrated to France and Germany, where they slowed it down and cleaned it up and made it okay to put in, in regular music. So this is a sarabanda, and you will hear that it has emphasis on 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Quite dramatic, isn't it? Okay, moving on. Our next dance in our dance suite is a Marantel. And a Marantel is a quick-paced traditional Romanian dance, one that Bartók heard when he was out in the field collecting all his folk music, which he did at the early part of the 20th century with his great big piece of recording equipment. He and his friend Kodai went out into the field and recorded music and wrote it down and made music from it. So that's what this is, but it is based on a Romanian folk dance, which apparently features intricate and energetic footwork, as so many folk dances do. I have never seen one. Have you seen a Marantel?
No.
Anyone? No. So maybe we should look.
Are we studianti?
Oh, did I forget one?
We can do math toppers. Where's your Steve?
Oh, I did it out of order. Oh no.
That's great.
Want to do this one?
This.
I like to do it. I just introduced it, so we might as well do it. I should have followed my list. Sorry. Chances are I'll calm things down with the wall. Okay, so here we go. Marantel.
We can do that at Pass then.
You can do that at Patton School. Do all of these at Patton. Okay, so I did it out of order, but here, our next one is a piece called Estudiantina. Estudiantina. And an Estudiantina is a band of students who wander around and play music, like a wandering student band. So, it's a traditional music group made up of students that play music in the streets. So this particular piece was written in 1883 by Emil Waldteufel. He was a French composer, alive from 1837 to 1915. And the waltz, this is a waltz. This is interesting. Waltz, from the word waltzen, to roll, turn, or glide, originated in the 16th century also as a German and Austrian peasant dance. It came from what's called a Ländler. 16th through the 18th centuries, it was criticized, as so many dances are, for being too sexy because people had to dance close together, and that was definitely frowned upon. And with penalties, actually, being assessed in some areas if they were caught doing it. It became fashionable in Vienna in the 1780s and then went to England around 1812, where, of course, it initially caused outrage also, but then they got used to it. And now it's a rustic dance that has become a sophisticated ballroom, staple. So that's the waltz.
Things have changed.
That's the waltz. Yeah, things change, and yet they never do, right? No matter what happens, it's always, and then
Okay, it's somebody's.
all right. Now, what key are we in? Make sure I know. Okay.
And just for treat.
I'm getting mighty close to that. What clef of my end moment. Get. Just warning you. Get. The what? 301. Again. Wait a minute, here we go. That's it. Isn't that cute? Isn't that charming? Except for the ending. Isn't that charming? Just lovely. And you can see them walking through the town with their guitars and whatever. Now what are we doing?
What was the composer's name?
The composer? I think it's his name was Emil Waldteufel. Waldteufel, yes. Yes. And he did that in 1883.
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's exactly true. What are we doing now? Gavotte. Oh, the gavotte. Yes. All right. Okay. Now, next we have a gavotte. A gavotte is a medium-paced French dance popular in the 18th century. It was supposedly developed in the Gap, or gavottes section of southeastern France, but we're unsure, I guess, about the exact origin. It's an old dance first mentioned, again, in the 16th century, and it is felt in a slow 2-beat. So, yum, boom, 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 boom. Now, our composer for this one is Sergei Prokofiev, who was, yes, so that was like the unconventional part of this. This gavotte is the third movement, actually, from his very first symphony. It's a symphony, his symphony number 1, also called the Classical Symphony. He based it on, or he was inspired by the symphonies of Haydn, so it's called a neoclassical symphony. And it was composed in 1917. Sergei himself was alive between 1891 and 1953. And this is a very famous and very wonderful piece of music, beginning to end. 4 movements. This is the third movement. So, gavotte. Doesn't exactly sound like a Baroque gavotte. I think you'll agree when we're done with it. Okay. All right, here we go. Well, 1, 2. Thank you. Definitely has that turn of the century, 20th century feel to it. Okay, moving on. Our next work is called Heliotrope Bouquet, written by Scott Joplin and Louis Chauvin. It was composed in 1907. Both Scott Joplin and Louis Chauvin were big names in ragtime music. Scott Joplin we know is the king of ragtime, but he wasn't the only one. And they wrote this piece together. So they both had really rather sad stories. They both died young. I think Scott Joplin was only in his early 40s, and Louis Chauvin was 27. He was in the 27 club. Yeah, terrible. So, at any rate, this is a slow drag two-step heliotrope bouquet, which is a slow drag dance, is the earliest known blues partner dance. Can you imagine what I'm going to say next? It caused quite the scandal. Yes. It's dating from the late 1800s into up around 1910 or 15, something like that. Very popular. Dragging feet along the floor, close partner connection, and intimate movements. It was banned as well, or it tried to be. Didn't really work, but again, rag two-step, or the slow drag, was taken and cleaned up a little bit, and it was popular up until about 1920, and then ragtime music pretty much disappeared for a while until the 1970s, when it came back. Joshua Rifkin played the piano music, and it was very, very popular by the movie The Sting, and it came back into popular awareness. So this is Heliotrope Bouquet. I don't know, I really think that this music works really well on the viola.
Yeah.
So see if you agree with that. I think it's, I don't know, it's fun.
All right, now what key are we at?
Okay. Not too fast, eh? It's nice on viola. There's just a nice oomph to it. Okay, well, we hope you have enjoyed our unconventional Passivant suite today. We have one more tune for you this afternoon called The Mist Covered Mountain. And this is a traditional Irish jig, although, unlike most of the traditional Irish jigs that we play or talk about, we actually know who wrote this one and where it came from. So, this was written by Junior Crehan. I don't know what year, but he lived from 1908 to 1998. He was from County Clare, Ireland, and it was inspired by Mount Callan, which could be seen from his home. So, we actually know. Which is crazy for an Irish jig. Now, a jig, probably you all know this is a lively folk dance. It had its origins in England, and then it made its way to Scotland and Ireland. And intricate footwork, again, with a very still upper body is a jig, oftentimes. So, here. All right. Here we are.
2 repeats.
Yeah. Let me just do the first one, actually. About that. So, first one? Just the first one. Okay. One, and two, and one. Shall we try that? Let's try it again.
I did this already.
Oh, you did. All right, so let's just do
32 to the end.
from 32 to the end. Here we go. 1 and 2. Sorry, that was me. 1 and 2. Very good. Thank you for being with us today. I have one more thing. Remember, we started this again last month. Today in history,
Okay.
right? Today's fun facts. If I could find them.
Let's say 17.
Today is the 18th, I think. 1885, Mark Twain publishes The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. 1930, Pluto, once believed to be our 9th planet, but has since become, a dwarf planet? Is that what they call it? Was discovered today. In 1930 by Claude Tombaugh. And in 1977, the Space Shuttle Enterprise takes its first voyage atop a Boeing 747 aircraft carrier.
All right.
So,
Thank you.
thank you all for being here. That has nothing to do with music, but there we go.
So folks came in after you announced the cancellation.
Go. We will not be here next month. March, we won't be here. We will be here in April. Okay?
Are you going to copyright the passive and sweet?
I don't know. Think anyone would play it other than us?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Sure.
Very much.